It's Ash from Super Videos back for another Walking Dead video. This is going to be some news, some big news for The Walking Dead. We have confirmation that there's going to be a new Walking Dead spinoff that's going to be coming. Very, very interesting. Now, I don't know how I feel about that. Mostly because I think new spinoffs doesn't necessarily mean a better spinoff. You know what I mean? We saw what happened with Fear, and they're still in the process of trying to fix Fear. So I don't understand why someone would think that it's better to create a new spinoff than to fix the one they already have and then create a new spinoff. Well, with that said, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and I'm going to be optimistic and hope and basically have some hope, high hope, that The Walking Dead's new spinoff will be better than Fear the Walking Dead. Now, before getting into this, I do want to cover this real quick as well. There were a lot of people wondering whether we were going to have any merchandise for the channel, and I've officially opened up a store for the channel on Teespring where you can buy a lot of merchandise there. Now, we have a variety of different merchandise. You can buy channel specific merchandise like this t-shirt here. That's just for the channel, just to show your support and to join our family. But also there's tons of other options for you as well. If you are interested in just zombie related shirts, we have a little bit of that. If you want some Walking Dead shirts, we have a lot of that here. Now, if you noticed yesterday, which was Friday night, we didn't have our usual Friday night live streams. That's because I missed the live stream because I was busy with some other stuff at work. But we will have our regular live stream tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. It's just like always, it's a Q&A session. But the thing is, and why I'm bringing this up, is if you do join the live stream tomorrow at 1 p.m., you will get a chance to get some promotional stuff. You will be able to get some discounts on some of these shirts and some merchandise that you see here. So definitely do join the live stream, even if you don't want to ask any questions, but definitely join if you are interested in getting some discount on some of these merchandise that you see here. So with that said, let's jump right into this video. This information actually comes from an article, Forbes, that I'm going to read for you guys and cover, and basically we'll see what kind of information we can get from this. AMC confirms a third Walking Dead series is coming. A third is coming, so the first is The Walking Dead, the second is Fear the Walking Dead, and there's going to be a third one. Now, first things first, what are they going to name it? Are they going to stick with that recipe of something The Walking Dead, or are they going to have a name after The Walking Dead, so let's say Walking Dead something, or are they going to completely change it? It's going to have Walking Dead in there somehow because it's a spinoff, but we don't know whether they're going to change the name based on how they changed Fear's name, or if they're going to give it a name that's kind of different. And then the other thing that's very interesting is, how is this going to fit in with the world of The Walking Dead, with the universe? Is it going to be taking place just like Fear the Walking Dead before the apocalypse, and then, go from there and maybe do some time jumps to make it line up with where we are in the story in The Walking Dead? Or are we going to see another timeline or another kind of period of time? That's going to be very interesting. But also, where is it going to take place? Is it going to be in the United States, or is it going to be somewhere else entirely? For me, I hope it's somewhere else, because we've already seen, the United States in The Walking Dead and in Fear the Walking Dead. So it'll make more sense for them to go somewhere else where it's kind of different, where the environment is different, where the atmosphere is different, so that the experience is new and unique. But with that said, I'm going to go right into it. AMC's expansion plan for The Walking Dead includes indefinite seasons of the main show, new movies with big name cast members like Andrew Lincoln, and continued crossovers between the main show and its spin-off Fear the Walking Dead. But now we're starting to hear more about how Fear will not be the only spin-off for long. Something that has felt obvious for a while, but AMC is starting to talk about it more openly. In a Q4 call via The Wrap, Ed Carroll, AMC's chief operating officer, had this to say about a third series in the works. This is in active development. We're not yet at a stage where we'll be announcing its plan to premiere, but we have hired creative people that have pitched storylines or story outlines. We feel very good about the development of that series. So it's Still very much at the early process. There's no premiere, there's no dates, there's nothing. It's just that they want to do a new spinoff and they're hearing others pitch story outlines for them. So that's pretty much what it is. And I'm sure Scott Gimple is going to be a big part of this, but I don't know whether any of the current showrunners are going to be involved in this somehow. A third Walking Dead series joining the other two, which currently runs 16 weeks a year, means that if rotated correctly, AMC could go 48 weeks out of 52 per year with some sort of Walking Dead show airing on Sunday nights. I have previously argued that with dropping ratings and a splintering cast, that tripling down on The Walking Dead seems like an odd move, but AMC's position is that The Walking Dead is still very strong. Despite declines, beating all other cable shows on Sundays and holding its own with the networks as well, though it did used to beat them handedly. And then there's an additional fact that Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead are AMC's two highest rated programs by a fairly substantial margin, despite having a lot of prestige programming. None of it puts up the number of these series, so why not keep going? It makes sense. They're not going to stop. Even if the ratings are lower than usual, they're not going to stop. They will do more shows, they will do more movies, they will do more things like that. And Scott Gimple did kind of hint at that the last time he was talking about these crossovers. So it's not new. We know it's coming. It's just that I think this spinoff is coming a little earlier than we thought. But we don't even know when it's going to be coming. We don't know if it's this year, next 2 years. We don't know that. I have heard very odd rumors about a third Walking Dead series that was possibly going to be set in another country to expand the world to a place we haven't seen before, and possibly to help draw more of an international audience. More recent rumors have suggested that Lauren Cohan, Maggie, was maybe going to be offered her own spin-off series. But if her show, or her new show, Whiskey Cavaliers, takes off, and it seems poised to, that seems very unlikely. I'm not sure about the foreign country idea these days because AMC has made it abundantly clear they want to connect their universe together. And that's hard when you set a show overseas in an era without air travel. Fear the Walking Dead has siphoned off Morgan from the main show, and now Dwight in this upcoming season. Fans never saw their beloved Madison and Alicia are Alpha and Lydia. Super crossover theory they were hoping for. But it stands to reason that a third series should at least be able to connect to the other two shows in some way, even if it takes some time, like it did with Fear. So it seems like there are rumors that it's going to be set in a different country or a different continent altogether, and I think that would be very, very cool and interesting and unique. And I think that's great to change the atmosphere, change the environment. But I do agree that if they do that, it's going to be difficult to connect the shows like they want to, because of course there's no air travel, and it's going to be extremely difficult to, in this story, make it make sense. So I understand that. I find myself wondering about the fate of Fear itself. I can't agree more with this, and I just love that they bring this up. Last season, Morgan made a big deal about getting the group to Alexandria, but they ultimately decided to stay put and open up a Help People factory. It has always seemed like the eventual plan of Fear was to emerge with The Walking Dead, ending the series that way. But it's hard to know if that's still in the cards or not. 3 Walking Dead shows airing in 1 year for 95% of the year does seem like overkill. So maybe Fear is going to wind up as this other show winds up. I am curious if AMC might be planning this as a true spin-off of the main show. Unlike what they did with Fear, even if Maggie isn't the chosen one, could AMC give a show to one of the other current cast members? A while back, I would have said Daryl could have had his own solo spin-off, but now with Rick gone, he's clearly needed on The Walking Dead proper. I personally would watch a spin-off about the new arrival to the hilltop. Magna's group, they spelt it wrong, it's not Magda, it's Magna. Magna's group, but they just got here. There aren't too many candidates, but if I had to pick just one, it would probably be Negan. That would be epic. That would be very, very interesting. I think that would be a cool idea. Who either escapes or exiled and is forced to find his own way and rewrite his own story as a hero instead of a villain this time. I would love that. I really love that idea. They could even, throughout this spin-off of Negan, if they do one, have Negan's backstory. Here's Negan. You know, as flashbacks. How epic would that be? It's already about Negan. Why not just give us the flashbacks there? That would be epic, I think. They could also just have the Here's Negan be the spinoff, but then at the same time, if they're planning this to be a long time thing, doesn't make sense for that to be the case. I'd watch that. Though, judging by the comics, he still has a role to play in the main story for a while yet. Again, I think this is very interesting. I don't want to just trash it all together, but I do believe that there's a chance that they could wind up doing the same thing with this that they did with Fear. And I think it's a better idea to fix Fear before they try out a new spinoff. But that's just me. And also, I would love to see either the spinoff in an entirely different country or a continent to change the atmosphere and the environment and to give us something unique, or make it be about Negan. That would be very, very interesting as well. But that's basically everything I wanted to cover with this video. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.